moved by what our fearless leader, Siskuli Roberts, was doing.
What were you doing?
What was that?
I was appreciating local.
Oh, thank you.
It's like
Okay, so welcome back to TrendingSA on SABC3. So much on the go. We have some posts from you to us with love. So let's have a look at one of our two posts. Naomi Campbell Pagate, the original supermodel, says, the lituation has begun. Lots of emojis. Love you guys. Y'all looking all sorts tonight. Hashtag #on3. We love you, Naomi Campbell Pagati.
Yeah.
Eden says, my favorite show. Can wait for Dr. Malinga. Guys, should have your short on, because
Yes.
I can translate that for you.
That's right.
My favorite show. Can't wait for Dr. Malinga. You guys should be wearing shorts because it's going to be hot.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oscar.
Don't touch the hair.
Sit down, please.
Okay, sit down. Remember, you too can have your post read and translated live on air. So tweet us, comment, like RT, the works. We are here for Zonke and also Bonke. Let's go now to Musa, who's got some things to say.
I always have some things to
Is
say.
that mauve or is that pepper?
It's like 1/4 mauve and
Yeah.
1/4 burgundy.
Yes, burgundy.
Listen,
babes.
I work very hard. I work very, very hard. Hashtag China and SA was a hot trend today because the Chinese president Xi Jinping arrived in SA to Xi Jinping. Yeah. Arrived today ahead of the economic talks at the BRICS summit in Johannesburg. Now, this marks the first state visit to Africa in 2018, and the Chinese president, who's also been to Rwanda before landing on our shores. Now, he was welcomed by our president, Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, the visit, Cyril Ramaphosa.
Thank you.
Now, the visit is, of course, an effort for China to win friends and influence in Africa. But the Chinese invasion also serves as an opportunity for Africa as well as China, because, they're aiming to bring the countries together so they can industrialize a lot of the stuff that's...
What are they going to do to us?
Colonize, industrialize. Sorry, that's what I meant. Now, the continent, of course, remains stuck with doing this whole exporting stuff out of the country to places like China instead of actually manufacturing goods, and it only accounts for about 10% of the value-added products that we get here. So, yeah. And then, of course, moving on to another hashtag, we're looking at this trending topic for the day.
Sis.
Yeah.
The one who shall not be named.
Thank you.
R&B singer, the one who shall not be named, is back in the spotlight because he has released a 19-minute long song that is titled I Admit. Now, the song, where he addresses sexual assault allegations against him, is what we'd like to think is what he's doing. But
we muted this guy.
Yeah.
I thought that there was a general consensus in the world and also on the show that we no longer speak about this man.
Yeah, but the one who shall not be named hasn't been found guilty of anything.
Which is shocking.
Still, where
Guys
there's
rubbing it in their faces?
where there's a lot of smoke.
This is like there's smoke billowing out of his ears in that picture.
And also, yeah.
There's no remorse, Nchan.
Yeah.
Look, there isn't any. And one thing I can tell you is that in all of this, he has released a song called I Admit.
What?
Now, people have been wondering about what he's admitting to, what crimes he's talking about. All these things are happening. And he goes out and puts it on a strong and smooth R&B melody. And, of course, the answer is no. He says he's not guilty of anything. And the song is just one very long clapback. And basically, the lyrics go on and on about something or the other. But, of course, Twitter reacted to this. This is what you had to say. One here from Little Threesome Advocate. Interesting.
Wow.
Says literally nobody was waiting for this.
No.
Ouch. Yeah, I don't think
it.
we didn't even want it. That is true. That is true. Moving on to another one. This one coming through from Black Jefe, saying that the one who shall not be named song really fire. Laughing. But don't kill me. It's really a good song. I'm not saying I support the allegations against him, dude. Really, the king of R&B.
That is relative.
Another one, of course, coming through on this was one from Always Shave. That's a real thing. To do that, please. It says, so has anyone else heard this new song by the one who shall not be named or nah? Speechless, I believe this is a cry for help. And the last one on these Twitter streets came through from Talib Kweli, the actual guy. He said, I just read the lyrics to R. Kelly's new 19-minute song called I Admit I Did It. His lack of self-awareness is atrocious. There are several lyrics I take offense to. And the one I will address is, I'm just a man. I'm also a man.
Yes.
I would never use that to defend.
You know what's really insulting? It reminds me of that guy who the glove didn't fit, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book saying if I did it, detailing how he would have done it if he did it.
You know what I feel like the song kind of, it makes me feel like it's a sexual act, a solo sexual act, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
The song in itself is yet another sexual act, but this time it's by himself.
Yeah, and of course, in the song, he goes out the whole 90 minutes. He goes out and gives us a whole lot of lines and addresses some issues here and there, saying this and that. And starting with some lines that had women wondering what he's actually talking about. Not just women, I think everyone, actually. When he was saying that he's not too sure about the age of the women that he dates. So the song, the lyric says, I admit I do with all the ladies. That's both older and young ladies. But tell me how they call it pedophile. Because that ish is crazy.
Imagine a woman wrote that in a song. I admit I mess with boys and men, but I'm rich.
He doesn't see it.
Like
it's a real mess. He's not responsible at all. And of course, this of course was a response to other things that he's done, especially the preying on young women, where of course in 2004 a sex tape was released where he allegedly performed sexual acts with a minor. He was acquitted of these charges, but since then he's had this cloud over his head the way that he should. And last year, the Pied Piper of R&B was accused of having a sex cult, and this was his response. What's the definition of a cult? What's the definition of a sex slave? Go to the dictionary, look it up. Let me know, I'll be here waiting. Now, I admit that I got some girls that love me to pull their hair. Now, I admit that I got some, or I admit that they love me to talk dirty when I pull their hair. Clear delusional things here, very crazy. So in his opinion, everything he's done,
Also,
of course,
grammar.
with women.
You must always be careful of someone who has bad grammar. And he said pull their hair. That's not how you write it, it's TH.
But maybe he
So
must
either
go to
there.
the dictionary and look it up.
I think he said
is
he
a
can't read
dictionary.
either.
I'm
so
waiting.
Wow.
there's a lot of stuff going on. Now, of course, in his opinion, everything that he has done to these women has been consensual, even though he is the one. Of course, there are other women that have claimed that these things are not things that happen because they want to do them. They just find themselves in such positions. So very, very odd. And of course, there have been things such as Mute R. Kelly, Bobby and the team and everybody else has been talking about it. And this is about his music being removed off of music apps such as Spotify. So look, it's one of those cases where the music is out there, whether you listen to it or not, we don't know. But form an opinion, have an opinion. And hopefully justice does take and does prevail at some point in time. Of course, more lyrics if you feel like going to listen to that. Anyway, I'm out of here.
If you have 19 minutes to waste.
Yeah, I feel like I need those last 4 minutes of my life back.
Man, my gosh. Okay, so let's move on now to another story. According to an article published on a website called marklives.com, the Audit Bureau of Circulations of South Africa, they look at like circulation of newspapers and magazines and
Not
things
blood
of that
circulation.
nature. No,
Okay.
that's Dr. Musa.
Okay.
So they released a newspaper circulation statistic for the period from January to March 2018. And some of this information is quite interesting. So according to the site, they have found that the #1 daily newspaper in this country is the Daily Sun.
How about that?
Followed by Isolezwe and also then the Star in third spot. So it's no wonder we had lots of people jumping onto the hashtag tweet like Daily Sun.
Yes.
People. Me. I'm a liker of things, okay? And we just couldn't get enough of this trend and we wouldn't let it pass us by. People did their best to tweet like the newspaper. Have a look at these tweet like Daily Sun examples. EV Beat says, Hot Archer burns down shack.
Nice one, nice one.
That's that accurate?
Snowy Star says, Michael Jackson was still alive hours before he died.
Yes, I can see that.
I just want to know why that child has a seatbelt on.
Kaloku
Can
uhlele
we go back?
esifundweni mntasekhaya, esifundweni esiyakhiswa, yabona
sure.
mhlele-
Sorry, I
Yellow
just couldn't
bones.
understand.
Yellow bones, faka seatbelts.
Okay.
Abafana nabo bafaka ukuthi hayi mawuwile.
Ed Gamwekezi says, a 8-year-old man is addicted to prostitutes.
That,
That's what,
Sounds like
that's
a
just
fact.
that sounds normal. That just sounds like Saxonwald.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Mazondi says, 4-5, stuck between her legs because he was cheating.
Yeah, it sounds like
Kibuloi.
Daily Sun.
This is Buloi.
And this one's from Marvelous saying, my ancestors wants me to marry, oh babes, what do more? Hashtag tweet like Daily Sun.
No, that's not true. Because my ancestors also said, I'm going to marry babes.
Mambinja, please call us and stop this nonsense.
So there must be a third hand in this situation.
Oh!
In this third handing of a situation, I think Malusi needs to realize that one of our ancestors is wrong. And my ancestors don't ever give me false information.
May I move along?
Okay.
Thank you so much. So Daily Sun is one of South Africa's biggest newspapers, as we've mentioned. I'll give you some stats. You like facts?
No.
Yeah, I'll give you some stats then, because you don't like facts. In 2004, 2 years after it hit our streets, the Daily Sun had climbed to an average circulation of more than 301,000 copies per day. At the time, it showed that nearly 2.3 million people read the newspaper every single day.
So, like, you buy one newspaper, but like 10 people read it.
And there's obviously a chip in the newspaper that you put your fingerprint in to show that you read it. Now, Daily Sun made publishing history. Can you believe this? It got to the 300,000 daily sales limit and broke records by getting 2.25 million daily readers. Can you cope with those numbers?
No.
Lots of reading.
Here's the thing, I do get it, you know what I'm saying? Daily Sun is just one of those newspapers that gets the reader's attention at all times. Now, I'm sure you've heard of something called yellow journalism.
Unfortunately.
It's a phrase that was coined in the 1890s, described tactics employed by people in the newspaper business back then. So what they do is there were these two big like media or newspaper groups in New York. One was The World, one was The Journal, and the owners of both these newspapers had to come up with over-the-top ways to sell newspapers, something to grab your attention, make you go,
I'm a clocky, basically.
oh my gosh. Now, of course, they always had to outdo each other, and the stories would get more sensational, more over the top, and all that sort of drama. And they included lavish pictures, fake news, opinions that were put out as fact. It really was a big part.
So basically, everything that's happening today was started then.
Aliens landing.
I know. So yellow journalism has evolved, right? So now there's sensationalism. There's also clickbait now because we live in the internet era.
There's trapation.
That's just Instagram.
Okay, just check.
And also just us. So it really does work because if you think about it, it does grab your attention and then you buy the thing or you click on the thing and the advertisers get all the clicks, right? So I want to show you some examples of things that have been on the front pages of the Daily Sun that make you go, huh?
Same thing.
Okay.
Things that
Have a look. There's a snake in my vagina.
But,
Yeah, that's true. But then the snake was out of the vagina and then back in and then out and then
And then
out.
did it spit on you?
I hope there was a lot of anti-venom in the next morning.
What?
What? I mean,
A tortoise that speaks Zulu.
a tortoise that speaks Zulu?
Have you-
Is it Zulu? And then this one is an interesting one. Tokoloshi tracker in my bum.
Yeah. It's for SARS, so they can check the mileage.
I see what you're saying.
Wait. So that thing is saying that the bum is tracking Tokoloshis.
No, there's a tracker that the Tokoloshi implanted in the bum.
Yeah.
Why?
So
To track the bum.
Yeah.
So it likes the bums. Bum.
Yes.
Bum.
What the bum. So I have two headlines that I read.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to test this theory, right? Sometimes you have a headline and it says one thing, and then when you read the story, it says something completely different.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a
all the
letdown.
time.
So I'm going to test this theory with you and see if you can guess what the article is about based on the headline.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Play along at home. Virgin stops naked man. What is it about?
Okay.
Look at all the context clues.
All right,
go ahead,
So
Nina.
there was this man, and he was in the shower, and he was just having a shower, and then there was water restrictions, and then the JoJo tank wasn't open, so they had to open
I'm
the
going to
pump,
stop you right
and
there
then-
because you are incorrect.
Okay.
Siskuli?
But the virgin stops naked man, ne?
Yes.
Umama lona igama lakhe virgin.
Okay.
Ebezule like eziculela bayona abantu bakaThixo yo. And then he wadibana nomuntu naked.
Oh, artist, stop!
What is stop naked man?
Okay.
During the
Virgin.
singing.
Os virgin. Mama
Yeah.
virgin.
Igama lakhe virgin.
Thank you.
No, let me tell you. What's up is this, you see baby girl there.
Baby girl.
What baby girl is doing there?
Can we see baby girl again? That's baby girl.
Mama baby girl.
So what baby girl is doing there is that she lives in a compound. So like she's got a house, but her grandchildren are messy, so they live in the back rooms. So she went to the shops to buy virgin olive oil
Okay.
to pour on the stoop for the naked boys that run into the house so they slip and fall.
Let me tell you something. All three of your stories are excellent.
Yeah.
But
you.
actually, if you look at the context clues, like I said, you see here the mother Mary. Mary was a
Virgin.
Ah. And?
And so this naked dude was getting into the house, and you know that thing of like if an evil spirit comes and you pour salt on them and they just, it's the same thing with the Virgin Mary. You show the Virgin Mary to the evil spirit and then it just stops like that.
Oh.
Womp, womp, womp.
So, but understand, so, Makulu.
All right, listen to this one. Her panties bust Ben 10. What's it about? Nina.
Okay, all right. So someone was trying to watch a Ben 10 cartoon on their TV, and then the bunny ears Ariel, and then the washing line was full, so she hung her panties on the bunny ears so that they could dry.
I'm going to stop you there because you're incorrect.
Okay.
Siskuli?
So basically what happened was ipendies that go on the floor, as you know, you throw them on the floor after you take them off. Ipendies zihlelele phaya, and then zabona ipendies zona la kula ntuza underpants, ipendies zabona iBen 10. Athi yojonga iBen 10 ingathi iyantuza iyachitha ipendies zalatu zahamba ipendies. Zayoxela umama bajonga kunzima.
Okay, Musa, you're, of course.
No, you know what's happening here. There's one Ben 10. This Ben 10 is from Soshanguve, right? So because he's from Soshanguve, he also has lots of older women that he's in love with.
Okay.
And that he touches at night.
Okay.
So one of them was like, I'm gonna stop this now. When I Ben 10, I am going to leave my bazooka panty plumas in your house.
You're actually very close to the actuality of the story. So
see.
there was a Ben 10 dating a cougar or whatever you want to call her. And then they broke up or they had some sort of altercation and then he burned down her house.
Jeez.
Okay? And then the family and the cops and everyone found her underpants at his house, therefore solving the crime.
Wow.
We should release our own newspaper.
Wow.
This is lit. All right, so let us know if you got any of those answers correctly. Hashtag #on3 on Twitter and everywhere else. This is TrendingSA. We'll be right back, babies.
Cause Cassius is live at the scene. Hey, Cassius, how are you, my friend? Got no time for no interviews.
I got no time for no interviews.
No time to trip, but don't get confused with this type of news, opinions, and views.